friends, Miss Marina here, and we will be discussing birds today, specifically feathers and nests. And we are going to start with feathers. There are two types of feathers that I will be discussing today. The first one is a downy feather. A downy feather or a down feather are those really fluffy feathers that birds are usually born with, or not born with, but are the first feathers that they kind of develop as they start to get older. So when they're really small, they have these downy feathers, and the reason that they have these downy feathers first is it keeps them nice and warm. And after that, they will develop or grow other types of feathers, but this is the first important feather to have so that they can stay nice and warm in that nest. The second type of feather I will be discussing today is a contour feather. A contour feather is what you see covering the bird's body and streamlining its shape. So it's arranged kind of like shingles on a roof, and they have waterproof tips that are exposed to the elements so that they're exposed to the wind and water, and so because they're waterproof, they hold up pretty well, and they have fluffy bases that are tucked close to their body. So sometimes these feathers can be really boring looking, like boring colors, or sometimes they can be super beautiful colors. But these feathers are really intended to camouflage the bird, but also help with things like flight and keeping warm. And here is just a picture comparing contour feathers with down feathers. You can see the contour feathers are very shaped and rigid in their shape, and the down feathers are kind of really fluffy. With that being said, there are more types of feathers, and if you're interested in feathers and feather types, I would encourage you to dive in deep with your own research and possibly look into wing feathers and tail feathers because those are also really important. We just wanted to cover two basic feather types today. All right, and so then we move on to different types of nests. A lot of us think about a nest as just a beautiful, cute little nest that sits in a tree, but there's so many other types of nests. And so I'm just going to be listing a few of them that have some cool pictures along with them to show you that there's so many other types of nests other than just the twigs and stick nests that we see day to day. So number one is a scrape nest. A scrape nest is a nest that's kind of in the ground just a little bit and surrounded by stones. The second one is a burrow nest. And pictured here is actually an owl called a burrowing owl, and these owls like to burrow underground. Number three is a mud nest. And yes, it is exactly what you're thinking. It is mud. So yes, that is actually a baby flamingo. I did not know that they were that cute. I'm going to be definitely looking at cute baby flamingo pictures for a long time now. But that is a mud nest. Next we have cavity nests, and cavity nests are a nest that's kind of like within a tree, or it could be a hole that is in like a telephone pole or a hole in like a house. And as you can see, this is a pileated woodpecker, and those are babies within that little tiny cavity in that tree. Number five is a platform nest. So this is an osprey nest pictured here, and the platform nests are kind of just bigger cup nests that we see outside all the time, the classic nests. Imagine one like 15 times bigger than that, and you kind of have the idea of a platform nest. So they put the nest on kind of a platform, so a flat area. It could be a telephone pole, which is not great for the bird. So a lot of wildlife people in Florida have created these amazing platforms, like the one that's pictured here, where birds are more safe to build their nest on that platform. So they use larger twigs, larger sticks to make a larger nest. And of course we have our classic cup nest. That is the nest that you usually see out in trees, and this is a painted bunting cup nest. It's a beautiful bird, but they make the typical nest that you and I see pretty much every day. It doesn't make them any less cool though. All right, and the last one is a ground nest. So a ground nest is pretty much the same thing as a cup nest, except it's on the ground. And so, yes, they have little hay or sticks that they use to surround the birds to keep them safe, and it's pretty much the same thing as a cup nest. All right, and that is the end of our video today. So now go record your work, and some options to record your work would be you can pick your favorite nest if you'd like and recreate that. I will leave that up to you on how you do that. If you'd like to use some sticks, if you want to use household items, please feel free to do so. Take a picture and send it on over to one of us teachers. We'd be happy to have it and share with our friends. And or you can you can recreate a diagram if you'd like, where you list the bird feathers and nests that you saw today, as well as there's always the option where you can just draw the different types of nests and the different types of feathers. If you do draw them, please label the things that you learned about, and I'm excited to see all of your work. See you guys later.